lately. I was hearing a Joe Rogan on his podcast today talk about Kanye West. And the whole situation that he explained made a lot of sense to me. And I kind of all put it together and thought about a comment that I made the other day about when I get off on a rant in my messages or my comments or chat to somebody else. That one of the comments that I made after one of my rants is that I was embarrassed a little bit on when I go on a rant, and I guess I am a tiny bit, but that's not so much the case. The case is that there's just been too many amount of times where I went on a rant, and it's like, somebody just kind of ghosts me or exits the conversation just because I just kind of met him, and sometimes I go off on a rant. Maybe I don't say the right things. I got so much running through my mind that sometimes I don't say the right thing that I'm trying to voice. And so everybody pinpoints the small little comments you say and whatever else, but they don't look at the whole conversation and the whole entire book, which sometimes I don't blame you, really. It's not that freaking interesting, so why research it? But why say anything if you don't want to research it, really? So it just, Joe Rogan was saying a lot about how everybody picks apart Kanye West for little things he does, but he's really bright in a lot of things he does, and there's so many ideas that he puts together. Check out the new podcast explaining Joe Rogan's podcast explaining Kanye West. It's a recent video. So the whole point to this, it's that it's not so much that I was embarrassed, and like I said, I am a little bit, of course, right? But it's more of I've been ghosted by people, and it's like, you really shouldn't care about anybody's opinion. And when you're the type of person that I am, paranoid and all that other type of things, and ADD and whatever else I feel I am a little bit, I don't care. I'm gonna deal with it, and I am trying to deal with it. But it's harder for me in a lot of ways. So I struggle, and then I don't want to really say much, and then other depressions and emotions get in the way. Today I was just writing something about trying to explain, and I'm the worst. I can't explain what I'm voicing. My whole thing about this that I've kind of come to realize that I want to do is, in the first place, why I started the YouTube for the ranch and to help people, right? So I'm looking in my rearview mirror, is to help people. So if I can make videos and help people with things they're going through and trying to deal with emotions and feelings, the same ones that I'm going through, and say something to help them and get them through another day, or get them to strive for their goals and not worry about everybody else's opinion and the small things around you, then 1 out of 10 people or 1 out of 10 kids or adults that I can help, that's a massive check mark on my list. That's my goal, right? It makes them live life more, makes you feel great too. You know what I mean? On helping people, and it leaves a legacy and it leaves a proper footprint for people to follow. And I think that's what people haven't done enough of. Yeah, big dead deer on the road, crows picking away. Nasty. And I was trying to today, like, I don't know where it came from. I get a million different thoughts going through my head, and ideas, and whatever plans, and past shit that's going on. So all of a sudden, anyways, so I was sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden it was like it came to me, as always, some more crap comes to me, and I just wondered when the last time in my life that I felt completely free, and maybe this wasn't it, maybe, but this is one of the memories that came to me, so it has to mean something. What was the last time I felt free? Didn't matter if it was a bad time or a crazy time in my life. When was it that I felt just completely free? And the first thing that popped in my head was back in grade 9 when I got me and my stepdad, I was overactive. I've said this story before. There's a lot of things that went on, probably wrongs in both ways. But I was young and I was overactive, and I did some dumb shit. Threw fires, flint bombs on the linoleum floor, made streaks. He flipped out. I screamed and yelled, was rebellious as always. And I think he went to spank me, and I said it didn't hurt. Was the full story on that one. And then he kicked me in the face, pushed me off the deck. I got the Christmas lights wrapped around my throat. I hung, big gape in my neck. Ran to the next door neighbors. They called the cops. And eventually, I don't know, a couple week later, not long after that, I ended up in Vancouver Maples Assessment Center with bad kids, which I learned a bunch of crazy stuff. I ended up in jail. That was when the Stanley Cup riot in Vancouver was on, because they lost or whatever in the finals. So I went through all that for like 2 months out in Vancouver, just the craziest time I ever had in my life. Then I ended up in foster homes. But in that foster home time, I had met two amazing people that I'll never forget in my life that were really kind to me and something else. Her name was Crystal, and the other one was Shauna. And it was in Grand Forks, BC. It was Shauna, I'll never forget. She was one of my first, and always I'll care for, first loves, I guess you'd say. And then Crystal was her best friend, and I think I even dated her. But the one time that I felt free as heck is that I gotta make sure it's recorded. This stupid thing, I'll go to record a video and then I'll be like talking, I won't be paying attention, which I should. And but I'm driving too, so and all of a sudden I'll look down and I'm like, I had said a whole bunch of things that really made a lot of sense, and it stopped recording, ran out of memory. So I like to check that, so that's why I'm looking down once in a while. But anyways, so one time I felt free. Don't think I really horseback rode in my life. I was raised kind of in the country. Oh no, I did do some. I remember a girl in my hometown teaching me. Jamie Ferrier was my next door neighbor. She was a pretty amazing person. Same with her brother, Mike. He taught me how to dirt bike. Jamie taught me how to ride horses. They were like my first great coolest people, straightest, just normal friggin' people. Very legit. Knew their personality was just, that's just who they were. They were Jehovah's Witnesses. I have nothing against any religion. They didn't push it on me, which I highly respected of them, but they were just down-to-earth great people. So anyways, they taught me how to horseback ride. My whole story about this one, that was another time I felt really free too, actually. The dirt biking stories with Mike when I was young taught me how to ride my first dirt bike from a fat tired 90 Suzuki to a friggin' 500 CR. And I was young, and it was the coolest thing. That's one time I was super free. And so, anyway, so again, a million things on my mind. So we were friends with the Crystal. I went to feed her horses and would just hang out, whatever. She wanted to take me on a horseback ride. I wasn't too familiar, but I had done it a little bit, right? I was definitely no experienced driver. So we doubled, and she took me down this road, riding, having fun, showing me, galloping, all this sort of thing. And I don't like trotting or whatever it is, because it jars my back and it's freaking uncomfortable. But man, to run a horse, to freaking full run a horse, man, that is the coolest feeling in the world. That is free. There is nothing else but on your mind but to hold on, focus on what you're doing. So anyways, so we're doubling. I'm on the back. She had just talked to me. I think it was her, or at some point in time, she had told me, when you're doing up a saddle on a horse, you got to realize that he takes a big breath, and then you're riding, and you loosen, you let out his breath. I'm getting all sorts of pains. It's all good. I'm trying to deal with it and figure it out, doctors and all that. But yeah, I get some weird pains. So anyway, so she explained this to me, and freaking probably stress. I'm getting my shit together, not understanding where I'm going, I'm trying to figure it all out. So she explains this to me, and again, I don't know if it was previous days to that or that day. So we go horseback riding. She's doubling me, got the saddle all done up. We're cruising down this, it's like a road, an old like railroad or something. And they had a bunch of like big dirt mounds in the friggin' I don't know what that is. My right leg and everything's been going down too. That's a new pain. This all is. Why am I getting that pain? So anyway, so we're riding down this road. It's got some big mounds of dirt. Riding up it, and you have to go up the path, and it's like a hill, and then a little trail, a little bit, and then down a little hill, and then back on the road. So you can avoid these big freaking mounds of dirt that dumb people think they need to put there so people can't use roads. Like, where that ever came into the world, that you can block roads off and all that kind of thing. I think that's the dumbest, like, what a friggin' futuristic garbage rule, ridiculous thing that is. So anyway, so we go up, and we go down, and we go up, and we go down. I think we're on the third last one, and we go up, and then all of a sudden I just kind of feel a shake a little bit. Big semi. That's a little paranoid. We shake a little bit, and the saddle feels all of a sudden like it's loose, and I'm like, no. I'm thinking in my head, no way. She had just told me that, or she's experienced, right? But it happens to everybody. It can happen. And I think we'd even rode a little bit to make sure that that wasn't happening. So we're excuse my language, but we're flying, right? We're flying. And all of a sudden we come back down this trail and the saddle starts slipping down. And all of a sudden, as I'm not very experienced, I go into like a panic mode. And I don't know if I was holding on to the saddle and to her, but somehow my ass was sure attached to that saddle and my other hand was sure attached to her, and I wasn't letting go for dear life, right? And all of a sudden the saddle starts tipping and I'm holding on, and all I hear is like, she probably can't breathe because I'm holding on to her so tight, right? And the horse is all of a sudden probably in a panic mode too. It just wants to go, so now it's going faster. She's like, let go, let go, let go. And I'm like, I really can't hear nothing. I just see kind of red. And I'm like just scared shitless. And I'm like holding on. She's screaming. And all of a sudden the saddle's going down, down, and I'm holding on. But the saddle's still attached, right? It's buckled in. So the saddle's not gonna fall off. So if you just let go, you just kind of fall and tumble in the ground, right? Or whatever. Oh no. I held on to the saddle. I'm sure this is how it went. I held on to the saddle and I kept holding on. She kept telling me to let go. And I think I let go of her and just held on to the saddle and just braced myself for like a fall or something. But it didn't happen. The freaking saddle went underneath. I'm not kidding you. And I was still in a panic. It's like walking on a path and all of a sudden you see like a massive bear or a cougar in your sight. And some people like got the right wits about them to do the right thing and like walk away slowly or make the right noises or whatever it is. And other people, they just freeze and they get ate by the bear. Okay? So friggin', that's me. So I held on and I just went down and she went off the saddle, but I just held on. And my face started dragging along the friggin' ground as I'm right under the horse, seeing the legs clipper and clapper around, and I'm still holding on as my face is just grinding along the pavement. And as she's getting further away, I'm hearing her starting to, in the distance or whatever, you know, screaming, let go, let go. And I was so scared because I'm getting my face dragged on the thing. I'm in panic mode. I'm underneath the horse. I'm holding on to the saddle upside down for dear life. Okay? And on top of all that, I don't want to let go because the friggin' horse is going to step on me, I feel. You know? Right? That's the right feeling. Like, oh my God. Like, if I let go, that thing is going to trample the shit out of me. I think my face is hurt. It's getting dragged along the friggin' gravel road. And it was hurt. And I was getting like serious face friggin' mulching, right? And so I didn't want to let go. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I gotta let go. Like, my face is getting down to bone. It wasn't quite that bad, but it was close. I held on for a while. It felt like minutes. It probably wasn't, but it felt like minutes. So anyways, finally I let go, and yeah, I tumbled all around and off the thing because the horse was booking it, right? Because it was in panic mode too. And my face was so, one side, only one side, I don't know what side it was. It's healed up pretty good. This was a long time ago. And so I fall down and I feel responsible, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. She runs up to me and she's like, I gotta take you. I'm like, go get your horse. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to lose your horse. You just took me on a ride. This was such a great time. I was having so much fun. Go grab your horse, come back for me. I'm fine, right? Yeah, I'm mangled up, whatever, but I'm good to go. It seems like in them modes, when I'm really hurt, is when my overdrive kicks in. To kind of settle myself down a little bit, right? So anyway, so yeah, she went and got her horse. Went to the hospital, patched myself up. Things were good. I was thinking about another time I was in panic mode too, right? Oh, when I was working, running the trailer with like 20,000 pounds of metal, massive equipment, huge monster equipment, massive wheels, all sorts of things. And there was this one last wheel. I'm pretty sure it was like my last thing. I had all done everything up. I always second prep everything, and then I leave at night, make sure everything's safe so I'm not hitting other cars. But I couldn't. I was having trouble with this friggin' thing. Must have been, I don't know, 400 or 500 pounds. Massive steel wheel with a flat bottom on it, and I'm trying to rearrange it in position and tie it down, right? So it doesn't come off the trailer and kill somebody or go into a car. You know, there's crazy things that's happened and that I've been through. So I always like triple, double check. And so anyways, just breaking, sun's going down. And trailer's fully stocked. I'm paranoid. I'm always worried about driving. I'm trying to, and I see this wheel that's kind of like awkward and it looks sketchy, and I'm like, man, that is way too heavy to be even a little bit sketchy. Construction in the road. So anyways, I started tarping her, too big a load to tarp. Everything should have been tarp, but started strapping her down and messing with it, and it just wouldn't fit into place. It kept wanting to roll. Right? And you don't want that thing to roll off the trailer. So I kept messing with it. You know, by this time I'm so friggin' tired. I put in probably 15 hours. I put in massive days, massive hard work, and I was exhausted, straight up exhausted. Driving all day, all night, working all the time. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. Lots of wicked times. I don't regret any of it. Still to this day, I still want to do a bit of it. Arranging this big ass wheel, thick ass metal, just break a day. I'm tired, like so tired that you could fall asleep standing up. And I keep speeding and I'm gonna get a ticket while I'm talking to you guys. So anyways, it keeps messing and rolling and doing weird things, and I'm friggin' frustrated. So I'm almost got it in there and go to roll it. If it doesn't, like, I don't know what happened, it rolled on its own. Maybe I had it propped under something or against something, and it kind of slipped and jarred. Well, if it didn't squish my friggin' finger, and bad, like I'm talking squish my finger bad. I'm out in the middle of the field waiting to go on the road, and this happens, right? So I squish my finger. I got a leg. So I squish my finger, and it's bad. Like and I looked down at it, and I knew I was screaming. Well, I wouldn't say screaming, but I was like, because the person's house is far away, and I don't want to make a big scene because I don't want them to be responsible for me or anything like that. So, you know, you can't scream and cry, throw a flip, massive fit, right? That job helped me keep my cool a bit. Work teaches you a lot. Smashed it, look down, it's busted, bleeding. I run to the truck. I'm like dazed and confused. I run to the truck. I don't know what I grabbed. I grabbed something. I run back for some reason to where I had the accident, and I had this thing wrapped around. I think I sat on the ground just like just in massive pain, and I wrapped it so I didn't want to bleed out, right? And if I didn't pass out from the friggin', all of a sudden I just went wham, and I just remember like fading out hardcore, and then I don't know how long I was out, but I think I was out a little bit. And then I woke up and I was laying on the ground with this rag on my thing. Kind of like, I don't know if I was really even, I don't know if I was in pain or adrenaline. And yeah, I called my roommate, my business partner, right? And I'm like, I just smashed my finger. Like, I think I need you down here just to kind of recover my head, right? You know, when you're in that state of mind, you just kind of friggin' need someone to back you up a little bit. She's always great. She's a hard worker. She's a great person. Always was a great backup, great friend. Always is. I will be to her too. I'm gonna go grab a coffee. I haven't done a video for a while. I just have been, last few weeks, months, years, but it's just, I don't feel like I used to, where I get up and you just feel good. Every day has just seemed to be a complete battle for me. My emotions, state of mind, and health. So all that together really just makes you want to lay down and die. But I get up and I truck away. You know, I got some good things I hope to do, and that's what you got to think of. He was doing something, I actually was trying to scare him. But the next best part to it is they don't even know who you are, and they're like, who is that? Do I know them? What? Why did they honk? And you wave too, right? I can grab a large dark roast, double, and medium regular 1-in-1. Mom wants a coffee. No, thank you. Thank you. Oh, and a pack of them trading cards. How much are they?
They're $1 each.
Okay. I'll grab a couple packs. Make it 3. Yeah. Thank you. That was one thing I did when I was little, was trading hockey cards. I haven't really got into it, and I've kind of been buying a couple packs here and there. There's some cool cards coming out. Same with Pokemon's getting. That Pokemon was never my thing. I wouldn't mind getting one of them friggin' cool cards though. I'll tell you, that'd get me into it real fast. Thank you. Awesome. Yep. There you go. Change low. Change low. Man, we got every little. Oh, there goes my neck. Son of a gun. Every little town, we got like 2 or 3 distilleries popping up. I'm I'm not kidding you either. Every little town. At least one in every little town. Almost doesn't matter how big the town is. One in every one. It's crazy. Some towns they got 2 and 3. No joke. And they're not very big towns. And I'm talking towns, not cities. Cities have like 50, 100. And that's no joke either. I think Calgary's probably like 50. I don't know for sure on that one, but you just walk in there, show your ID, and here's my ID. Yeah, I'm 18. I want some pre-rolled doobies and some flour. Now they got shatter and rosin. It's like going into a grocery store. They got edibles, they got juices, they got, you name it, they got it.